Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. Take a seat and relax. There's nothing you need to do in this present moment except to relax and enjoy your reading, Sagittarius. And to start your reading off, we have card number 23. Love seeing this card. You deserve it, Sagittarius. You deserve it. Everything that you want in life, you get, and you deserve it. Michael says it goes to show that everything that you want in life you get, and you can't work for it. It just comes to you. And here's another quote that says, you already did the hard part. You are alive. And just for being alive, you deserve everything that you truly desire. And that is death saying that. Death saying that you already did the hard part. You are alive. Dying is going to be easy, but being alive is hard. And just for being alive, you deserve everything that you truly desire. Like, how cool is that? How cool is that? Yes, exactly. Yes. So these cups, sure, they're nice, right? Sure, the life that you have is nice, but it's not your dream. It's not what you've always wanted. It's just nice for now. It is what it is, you know. It's just you being okay, just going along with life. But you know you deserve more than that, Sagittarius. You deserve to have everything that you want in life. That's what this Four of Wands is. This is what you want right here, right there. There's a doorway right here. There is a little portal, a little passageway, and you can see your dream right there. You can see it. You know what it is. You have it in your mind. You know what it is that you want. And you know that what you're living through right now, day to day, your pattern that you are going through right now, isn't it? And you have an idea of the dream that you would like to live. And Death and Michael Scott. Damn, imagine Death being on the same page with Michael Scott, you know. But they both agree, and they both say that everything that you want in life, you get. And you don't even have to work for it. It just comes to you. You just have to decide that that is what you want, and then it will come to you. And we see it happening here. We see you deciding. We see him walking away from his everyday pattern and going towards, literally looks like he's going towards this card over here. And look at that, like, things are blue, things are okay, things are chill, you know. But now they're yellow. Now the sun is shining. Now we have energy. We are living our life over here in this Four of Wands. And this says you just have to decide. You just have to decide in your head for it. You don't even have to tell anybody. You just have to know in your mind, in your heart. And you know, have to tell yourself, convince yourself that this is what you deserve. You deserve to have what you want. And life will help. Life will bring it towards you, and you just have to say yes. Interesting past lives paired with ordinariness. Cool. So the left is what we're leaving, and the right is where we're going. Imagine leaving these past lives right there. Imagine all of these doing the same thing, right? Because they're in the same pattern, right? Just like you were in the same pattern, you know, in the same way as there are small patterns, there are big patterns. So imagine, like, there's patterns of going from Sunday, right, to Saturday, right? Small patterns, and then you go do it again. There's week patterns, right? And then there's month patterns, right? When you go 1 to 30, and then 1 to 31, and then go through the pattern again, bigger pattern, right? And then there's bigger patterns for yearly patterns, right? Going from January to December, and then January to December, another bigger pattern compared to the small pattern of weeks, right? Of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So imagine you were going through this small pattern, right? A small pattern that you weren't happy with, but I mean, it's a pattern that you were used to, so it's a pattern that you were okay with going through. I mean, you're literally just going through it because it's the same day. It's what you've been doing for a while. But so imagine that same pattern, right? The small pattern right? But now imagine a bigger pattern, that you have lives doing the same thing, past lives. You have multiple lives of doing the same thing, right? Because they're all in the same pattern, right? So now imagine you leaving that small pattern, right? Leaving this little pattern and going towards your dreams. And that small pattern changes that big pattern as well. Imagine that big pattern of being in this thing, being stuck, doing what we, just going through life instead of living your dream. But that big pattern also changes. So like now all of the lives down here, all of the lives that are going to come across, right, are also changing patterns, and they are also going to be living in this Four of Wands. And all of this big change happened just you deciding that you want to live your dream life, and that you want to leave this life that you're not happy with. And it looks like even if it's ordinary, that as long as that's what you want, and as long as you are happy, and honestly, humans, ordinariness is what makes us the most happy. We just haven't figured that out yet because of so much technology being pushed into our face. But actually, this human body is also a piece of technology, and this piece of technology really enjoys the ordinariness of being a typical human who plants food and plants a garden and helps the animals around it, just as if, imagine you're in the Garden of Eden, right? You are part of that Adam and Eve, and you are helping take care of the garden. Because that was the human job, right? Wasn't that the job for Adam? Just to be in the garden and help take care of it, And we're in the garden and we aren't taking care of it. We're just getting shoved technology in our face. So yeah, live a life that you want. Who cares about being like everybody else? Who cares if you have a good life? But if it's not what you want, then go for what you want. Even if you're leaving a decent life, you're leaving a decent job behind. Chase after what you want, right? Chase after this dream life. There is good things across from this decision, and just as it's not even a decision, it's just a shift in your mindset of, instead of thinking I don't deserve what I want, I just deserve what I have, and changing that into I deserve what I want in life because death and Michael Scott say so. Look at that, Three of Swords, sorrow, with Seven of Wands, valor. Interesting. So imagine it taking bravery. Imagine it taking strength. It takes strength to leave a pattern behind. It takes strength to move on to the next cycle of life. And it's sad to leave things behind. But it's also, so see it as, right, say you are in your bedroom, right, and then there's a door. Well, to be able to go to the living room, right, you have to leave your bedroom behind. You can't walk into the living room if you are still in the bedroom, right? You have to let go of the bedroom so that you can walk into this living room. So is it sad that you're leaving your bedroom behind? Well, no, right? Because there's no emotions there. It's different, right? No, but it's same. It's same but different, but same. We just humanize life, right? And see, that's how when we see things through our emotions, which is a good thing in certain circumstances, but it's also not helpful sometimes to really understand the reality of life in other situations and in other ways. Sometimes it's useful, right, to use our logical mind. Sometimes it's useful to use our emotional heart. Sometimes it's useful to do a mixture of both, And in this situation, we can see it through a sorrowful, a sad way. I don't want to let go of this pattern that I've created for myself. I don't want to let go of this job that I'm so used to, that I like, that I enjoy, but it doesn't excite me anymore, right? But yeah, it takes strength to let go, right? But it also is easy because it's just the same as like you're leaving a bedroom behind to be able to walk into a new living room. But I mean, this is where we've always meant to go, though. So it's just like a snake going back and forth, right? But while it's going back and forth, it's also moving along. So this feels like a situation too where we're going back and forth, but really we've been progressing, and we have progressed very far. And we just need to take a step back and notice how far we've actually progressed, even though it seems like we've been just going back and forth. So it takes strength to get out of this sorrowful perspective and jump into this I deserve everything that I want in life. And especially having an ordinary life and having just a good time while you are here. But the whole point of this movement was to get to this place, to get to this ordinariness, so you can just have a good time and enjoy taking care of this garden, right? Alright, some last bit of words from the Office Oracle deck. We have card number 39. Perfect words. Look at that. Go after what you want. Can't make this up. I couldn't have scripted this reading better. Imagine life being that way, to where you literally look back and you're like, wow, I couldn't have scripted things to go any better than the way they did. And so trust yourself that you script your life into a beautiful way. So I'll read what Pam said at the end of the office. She said, I kept wanting to scream at Pam. It took me so long to do so many important things. It's just hard to accept that I spent so many years being less happy than I could have been. Jim was 5 feet from my desk, and it took me 4 years to get to him. Be strong. Trust yourself, love yourself, conquer your fears. Just go after what you want and act fast, because life isn't that long. What? That's what popped up. No. No what? No what? This starts with a no, this ends with a no. I don't know why this no is here. Are you telling me that no? Or is this popping up because this is starting with a no? This you wanting to get in life, you saying no to something that you know it's not for you, and you saying yes, you turning around, and then that space that opened up by you saying no to something is what welcomes in. And this is how you don't have to do anything. You just, it just comes to you, right? But you got to make sure you make the room for it. So you go after what you want by saying no to something that you know it's not for you, and then that makes room for this thing that is for you to find you and to appear, because you made room for it. Cool. Yeah, I really hope that helped, Sagittarius. If it did help, please help me as well by leaving a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing if you would like to keep hanging out, as this is a safe place where we try to figure life out together. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.